Hello, everybody, and as you might see from our desktop, I'm currently working on a new project and I'm learning a lot of things in Godot. So, you might know this game or not. I'm preparing a couple of sessions about this, but in this video, I want to show you how I actually did quite a complicated and sufficient game menu. So, first of all, I put a background graphics on it, but as you see, only in this rectangle is the screen that is shown. So, of course, we put a canvas layer on that, and then we have several panels, and each panel contains some buttons or labels or whatever, and I'm organizing everything with the main VBox container. With a VBox container. Currently I'm showing the main VBox container, and you can open this up and you see there's a start button, there's a settings button, there's an exit button, each of which has a pressed signal. So we're using a scene manager here, but the good thing about this type of menu setup is that, for example, the music, I'm using a music clip. Where is it? Main menu music, and it runs continuously. So even if I change some menus, the main menu music runs in a loop. Here on the right you can see loop is on, and it doesn't interrupt. In my previous video, it always interrupted when I change the theme. So this is an advantage of this setup. It's more complicated, but in the end it's very easy. So it's very straightforward. For example, you always put a panel, and here on the top, because it's a canvas layer, it's an overlay, so you put it into the middle of the screen, center. Then you put a VBox container, put all the buttons inside it, and put that VBox container again on center. And as you can see, the visibility is what is shown when the game starts, and all other containers are invisible. So the good thing about containers and the node concept of Godot is that everything beyond a node, if you switch to the audio VBox container, you see the labels are visible, but they are not visible actually, because the VBox container is invisible. So everything beyond inherits from the parent. That is what I wanted to say. So you don't need to switch on all the childs in a node, but you only have to control the visibility of the containers where the buttons, for example, are in, or the labels. So I want to show you right now everything expanded. For example, here I have audio options container, and there I put a grid container inside it to have a label and buttons going on with it. And I might make a video about especially all the options in a future video, but for now I will just present you how the scene works in real life. And if you have any comments and or questions, please let me know. But in a second video I will show you the code, because there's only one script here, the main menu script, for all the stuff that's happening in the main menu. And I really like this concept, so let us see how the main menu is expected to work. And as you see, we have a music. So we have our audio options. I can mute the music, but still the sound effects work. I can also mute the sound effects. But I can also put down the master volume, which is effective for the complete game. Let us do this now. And on the bottom of the page I always have a back button, and for example this is the video options menu, everything I currently implemented. We see we are now in windowed mode, so I can switch on borderless. That works as expected. VSync, vertical synchronization doesn't really work on my computer, or at least I don't see a difference. But let's switch on full screen. So you see that also works. It's a bit more pixel optic, and switch back to borderless, and borderless off works again. So that was all the settings that I currently implemented. I might do videos about everything in separate videos. Exit of course works. I'm using the screen manager that I showed you in a previous video. And if I start game, as you might see, this is my first attempt to make a multiplayer game. So let's try that out, because it's only prepared. I can type anything like player Godot, and if I'm the player 1 in this game, I'm the server, and the second player can connect. And this is actually my current local IP address. And I also prepared a lobby, but this is also a topic for another video. So multiplayer with 2 players, and yeah, this is how I start a game. Okay, so that was everything I wanted to show you about the main menu. In details, it's just a bunch of buttons and VBox containers and labels on the canvas layer. It's always the same. And yeah, if you didn't understand anything, that's fine. But just let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions, and I will try to answer it properly. But I will go and show you. Oh no, let us just quickly do that. So the script is straightforward. This is anything about audio bosses. Maybe I do another video about that and skip this for now. But the only thing is I switch on visibilities on and off and on and off. To switch between all the menus, and as you can see here, every menu has on top level, so that's why I have them here on the beginning of the canvas layer all together. You have a back button, so every back button brings you back to the previous menu. So you need to think about the logic that you want to have. Of course, in the audio menu, you want to go back to the settings menu. So you need to copy paste, for example, several parts every time. For example, if you see audio, video, then I switch off the main menu, but I put on, of course, here in this example the video, and in this example the audio properties, everything containing the information regarding audio will be switched on, and all of the members of the parent menu will be set to visible equals false. That's a trick. And then of course you need to put all the pressed functions, methods on each of the buttons. As you can see here, the signals, there are a lot of signals, but for example on a label you don't need a signal. Should be clear enough. And a grid container contains always a label and, for example here, a horizontal slider where I can change the volume settings, as you have seen before. And yeah, of course here are the functions. Full screen, that is I wanted to make a separate video about that, just to have it easily, or that it could be easily found. But the trick is you just take the toggled button current status, and then you set the mode, or set a flag, or set the VSync mode, whatever you like. Just that you have seen it already, but I think that might be worth a separate video. So thanks for watching, and sorry that I was not producing any more videos since a week or something. I don't know when I loaded up the last video. But stay tuned. This is definitely my first video that I did without any tutorial help or something. This is now also my code style, where I put the return parameters into the function definitions, because I want to have some more clean code than I had in my previous example. And I want to show you a lot more about this project, because I learned a lot, and hope you stay tuned. Leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, and we see you next time. Bye!